Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? Oh, that's nice. Well, are you as excited as I am to have no name brand beer? Okay, I've had their beer before. It's not no name brand, but it's President's Choice Pilsner. And I know what you're thinking. Who the fuck buys President's Choice beer? I do, alright? Okay, so, alright, one handed shit. I'm a fucking professional. Sorry. Beer Zerker. Alright. I'm not drunk. I'm just happy. Alright. So this is President's Choice Pilsner at 5%. So let's try it out, right? They make a few beers, and I saw it. I shit my pants. I took 2 steps back. I cleaned my glasses. Squatted down. Had another look. I said, President's Choice is making beer. And my brother tells me, he says, "You want a beer?" We're at the, my dad had a party and shit. I called my brother. He was all shitty from the night before. He way overdid it or whatever. He's partying. And I said, "Hey, want one of these?" He thought it was ginger ale. It was green, right? I think it was the dry or whatever. And like if you look at the can, all right. I mean, he thought it was ginger ale. And he started drinking. He's like, "I'm drinking beer." You know, he's all hungover and stuff. Well, it smells a little skunky, you know? Coming out of a can, but you know what I mean? Skunky, like, dank skunky. I'm gonna have to go to bed after this. Oh, seriously. This is a single, and it was kind of expensive. But I telling you, if you buy a 12er of this, it's like $9. Okay, so this is why I'm doing the review. Oh, all right, I'm doing this review because I'm a consumer advocate. I am, what do you call them guys in the magazine, Consumer Report. Because when you walk past a pallet, a beer, and there's 12 beers in there and it's $9, you might just walk right by and say there's no possible way that could be good. But I'm putting my life on the line for you people out there to prove that it's not poisonous. I'll tell you the honest truth. There is way worse beer out there than President's Choice. That's right. I could name a few. Alright. Brava. Okay. Don't buy it. Boxer. Lucky. And there's probably a lot of others out there that this beer is better than those beers. And this beer is on sale maybe between $9 and $11 for a 12-pack. I believe that. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, piss on my face. Alright? No, don't do that. I don't want you to do that. I didn't mean that. What I meant is leave a comment and say, sorry, I believe that it's actually $13.50. So, you know, it's highly drinkable beer. We can go over the start, middle, finish, and all these other points. It basically tastes like your other beers. It's not intrusive in a lot of bad ways. It just tastes a little weak and flimsy in some of these ways, which is better than being gross. So that's why I like it, because it's, Bow Valley. Keep naming them. I don't mind Brew House for a cheap beer. I drink Brew House over a lot of other cheap beers. This is probably even better than that, and because of its mildness and its lightness, so it smells like beer. It's a little gross. Not bad. It tastes good. but it's a little gross. Start middle finish is like a lager. It's a Pilsner. I mean, what's it going to taste like? It's going to be tingly. We'll try and place the malt in it. It's weak. So what do you want me to do? Tingly. Malty and bitter at the same time. Finishes tingly. Hops. You can't actually smell them, but that's what's stinky, man. Like this hops are, it's like a Pilsner style hop, but it's a little bit when you get that aroma mixed with whatever it is that is got the concoction. It's like, ugh. But that's a sickness amongst lagers. And the Kolsch. The Kolsch is another style of beer that you just can't get away from the sickness. So alcohol, 5%. You can taste it a bit in there for sure. Not a lot, but everything in this beer is like a little dumbed down, a little bit weak. Malt, you can taste it a bit, a little gross, a little weak. Color, extremely pale. Head, almost non-existent. Okay, so lacing, not even close. So overall is $9.50 for 12. Okay, this is the kind of review doing. I'm alive for now. It's not that bad. It's a little stinky, a little gross. There's absolutely no head to this beer. Carbonation staying locked inside pretty good though. This is the kind of beer that you don't mind drinking if you're completely obliterated, or if you're going to be completely obliterated. If you're 18 and you're on your way to a bush party, trudging around with a pack of this in your hand, believe me, you're doing okay. So that's where we're at. This is what drunk teenagers should be buying. Okay, if you're a drunk teenager, pick up a President's Choice Pilsner, and I have had their honey brown or their honey lager. It was like nuclear orange, because I don't know what exactly they're doing in that brewery, but it's not as bad as what's going on at other extremely cheap breweries. I mean, this is less than $1 a beer. Okay, we'll put it that way. And for where I live in Canada, alright, less than $1 a beer. I could go into the economics of it. A house in Canada costs 90% more than one in the States. Yeah. To build. It's nothing to do with property value, just to build a fucker. Alright. It's not that bad, it's pretty clean. Sorry for the fart noises I make when I go. That's how I drink my PC. Alright, I'm getting bloated. Honestly, what have I had? 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th beer. I don't do that often. I'm extremely excited about beer tonight. Aftertaste, there isn't much. There's not a bad aftertaste. The extreme bonus with this beer is there's no aftertaste. Mouthfeel, a little flabby, but it's not completely disgusting. You can tolerate it. I like flavors. It tastes kind of like a cheap beer, but it doesn't have that extreme, gross, bitter, make you want to puke aspect to it. See, I'm burping up. I had my favorite beer in the universe, Wild Rose IPA, second. Holy shit! 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't drink that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've only had 4. I'm still at 4. I just got confused on which beer it was that I drank. Um, so I'm burping up really good beer burps from the previous beer. But this is less than a buck of beer generally when I see it. I see it on sale, you know. They got a pallet of it, you know. I went around with a trunk full of beer one day just for the fucking hell of it. And I went out to my hoot farm there. My buddies had her rates, and I said, you know, they were all really busy that day. And so I invited them to a party. They couldn't make it, so I went out there to the colony with, like, you guys want some beer? Yeah, you know, just cause, you know, who cares? It's not that bad, and it's a buck of beer, and people like beer. So shit, you want to fucking make your friends happy? Buy a bunch of this, and fucking just give it away. And I'm a beer snob or whatever. I like to get the fancy beers, but you know what? I can drink this for a cheapest ass lager on the planet. It's not that bad. I'm drinking it. So I'm gonna give it a rate, and I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 11. Okay, and for quality wise, 5 out of 11 for quality wise, but I'm gonna give it a second review. For price, and for price, it's an 8 out of 11. So if you take the average, it might be like, I don't know. Don't ask me. You know, you do the math. Okay. For the price, it's an excellent beer. For the quality, that's where it is. It's a 5. I mean, it's slightly worse than Molson Canadian. So, I mean, I recommend buying it, is what I'm trying to tell you. Certain situations, you want to get a lot of people drunk in a hurry. This is good if you're a teenager walking marching to a bush party and you just want to get blitzed. This is a great beer. If you just want to try it out for shits and giggles, because it's a no-name brand beer, recommend it. So it's either a 5 out of 11 in quality, and it's at least a 7 to an 8 for price. Yeah, party down.